If you have spent hours designing and crocheting your own top only to finally try it on and realize it does not fit you at all in any of the right areas, then this video is for you. Because the biggest thing that changed my crochet designs was not learning new stitches or buying more expensive yarn. It was learning how to actually change my designs in order to make them fit me and flatter my body type. So today I want to show you a couple things that I implement that completely changes the way I crochet, and depending on what I'm making each day, I will pick and choose which of these little hacks or tricks I use to make sure that my crochet tops actually fit me right. The most important thing and kind of the basics is to first become confident in how big or how small you are making the top. So the easiest way to do this is find an article of clothing that already exists in your closet that you really like the fit of. This can be anything like a tank top, a t-shirt, a sweater, any piece of clothing that you think already flatters your body type or that you would like to make a crochet replica of. So lay that clothing out flat and measure across the front panel. And the way you're gonna find a panel is most clothing is going to have a seam along the sides. So those seams make up the front and the back panel. So when you're laying your shirt out flat, you're going to measure from the right seam to the left seam, just measuring that front panel sort of around the bottom or the waist portion. And then you're just gonna write that number down. Now you're gonna grab your yarn and your crochet hook. You wanna be using the same yarn that you intend to use for the project, as well as the same size crochet hook. You're gonna chain an even small number. I always chain 10, and then you're gonna build up about 3 to 5 rows of the stitches that you're planning on using for the design. So in this case, I'm doing half double crochets because the top I'm going to make out of this is going to be made with half double crochets. So I build up about 4 rows here of half double crochets using the same yarn and hook that I'm going to use for my top. And once I have this, which is called a gauge swatch, I'm gonna lay this flat and measure it as well. So now we do just a little bit of math. You're going to take the number of inches that is the panel that we measured, and for easy math today, let's just say 15. And then you're gonna take the number of inches that is the little swatch or gauge swatch that you made, which we'll just say it's 5. So then what you're going to do is divide the number of the t-shirt panel by the number of the gauge swatch. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So our number is 3, and because our gauge swatch is a chain of 10, I'm then going to multiply 3 by 10 to get 30, and now I know when I'm crocheting the front panel and then later the back panel, I will chain 30 for each panel. And if I was doing the full circumference, I'd chain 60. And then sometimes you might have to round up or round down a little bit, but that is the general rule of thumb that I follow to make t-shirts and tops that I'm confident will fit me well, because they are directly proportional to the tops that I already have in my closet. Every time you make a top, even if you're following a tutorial, it's going to fit you a little bit differently. So the best rule of thumb is to make this gauge swatch and measure it out on a piece of clothing. And if you're crocheting a lot like I do, then I highly recommend just getting a notebook where you can keep these measurements down permanently. So I just kind of already know if I want to do a top that's a tank top with half double crochets, I can check my notebook and I already have written down how many I want to chain for that, because I've already done all the gauge swatches I need at some point in time in my life. So I have them recorded permanently, so I don't have to do this every time I crochet now. I just check my little notebook. Another thing you can do, and some people think this is the end all be all of crochet, which I don't know, but you can both steam your projects and block them. I do think they do make a lot of difference. I especially like steaming projects if they're supposed to be very flowy, like ponchos, skirts, or flowy tops. I'll grab my steamer, hang it up in the shower, and just pull on the fabric and steam it to help loosen up the stitches and give it that more flowy fit. But I do believe if the top doesn't fit well to begin with, steaming and blocking it isn't going to magically transform the top. It's just going to help kind of loosen up the stitches and give you a more flowy or more structured fit. So I would really advise you not to rely only on blocking and steaming, but they are a great tool to just help get that fit of your clothing just a little bit nicer. Another thing that I'm not going to cover in this video because we would be here forever is I do highly recommend you learn the different yarn types and the different stitch types if you don't already know those. I did just post a video recently about the different yarn types and what is going to work best for each type of clothing. I do not think more expensive yarn is going to necessarily make a better top, but it's more so knowing if you want a structured top, you'd rather use cotton yarn than like wool yarn. So just knowing exactly what yarn is going to give you the best fit, and the same thing goes for crochet stitches. There are some stitches that are flowier than others, and if you want me to do a full breakdown video on crochet stitches, let let me know because I'll be more than happy to do so. Or you can just study other people's designs or tutorials and you may notice a pattern there, like a more flowy top will have treble or double crochet and a tighter top will have like half double crochets, single crochets, or even slip stitches. Now that we've got the basics out of the way, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite methods that I've learned as I'm crocheting, and I typically do one of these whenever I'm making a crochet top or sometimes shorts and pants. I'm not going to do any tutorials in this video. I'm just going to explain all of these things to you so you can decide what you want to learn for yourself. If you want any tutorials for any of these, let me know. Otherwise, I will link in the description down below all of the videos that I've done this with. So if I explain that I did something for a top, I'll link the video down below of the top that I did that for. But if you want standalone tutorials for any of this, just let me know. The first, and I think the most commonly known way to make a top fit snug is to do a lace up back, or you can do it along the sides. This is where you would crochet a panel that fits nicely across the front and then you leave it a little bit open in the back, and you can crochet little holes or just thread it through the crochet later. And then you're going to make yourself a long drawstring, and I highly recommend if you're doing this to backtrack. So make a long chain and then half double crochet or single crochet your way back. That way it's a nice sturdy chain that's not going to stretch over time. And then you just thread this back and forth along the opening and use that to pull the top tight. This makes crochet fit so nice, and it's great for being able to customize the size. If you gain a couple of pounds, you can just loosen up the laces. If you lose some pounds, you can tighten them. And if the crochet starts to stretch, you can just tighten them even more. It's really good for being able to adjust the tops, and you can make some really pretty beach tops out of it because of that lacy cutout design. Can be so pretty. However, you don't always want that cutout lacy design for tops. You don't always want the back open, and you don't always want that look for whatever you're trying to make. So I've only done this for tops that I have made for like beach designs, but otherwise there's a couple other things I do typically when I want just a nice full coverage top that I want to wear every single day without having my entire back or the entire side of my stomach out. This next one is my own original idea, and I am so proud of it. I've only done it once and I really should do it more. That is to do an elasticated or back loop only stitch across the back or the sides of your shirt, really wherever you're trying to cinch in the top. So the way this works is similar to doing a lace up back, where you're going to crochet a panel that wraps comfortably across the front, leaving just a little bit of space in the back, or two panels that leave a little bit of space along the sides. And then instead of doing a lace up back, you're going to switch to a smaller crochet hook and start crocheting elasticated stitches across this portion. Elasticated stitches are back loop only stitches, so you're going to do single crochet in the back loop only across whatever space you need to cover the rest of your back, and then slip stitch it to the other side of the panel. So now instead of having a lace up back, you're going to have an elasticated stretchy material on the back of your shirt. It'll stretch and be comfortable to put on, and then it'll tighten up again and cinch everything in and give you a really nice tight fit. This has a lot of the same benefits as a lace up back, where it's going to be a very forgiving top, where again, if you gain or lose pounds, it's going to stretch and accommodate to that. It's just more full coverage, so you can decide, do you want a lacy sort of cutout look, or do you want a more full coverage look? I personally prefer the elasticated back loop only top because I think I'm able to make a lot more tops that are everyday appropriate, that I would reach for over and over and over again, and I just think it gives it a more professional look. But in terms of benefits of how it's going to help the fit of your top, I have found both to be the same, although I will say the elasticated back loop only stitch is a lot easier to put on than the lace up stitch, because you just pull it on over your head, where the lace up you have to like fiddle with the laces every time you get dressed. If my crochet is in dire distress and it needs more help than what I can do with my own hook and yarn, then I will reach for outside sources, those sources being elastic. You can even do this with pieces you've already made that don't fit. So before you go and frog that t-shirt you just made that doesn't fit, grab some elastic and see if you can save it. I like to use just elastic thread. You can find this in the sewing section of any of your craft stores, and all you're gonna do is crochet the piece that you wanna make, and I usually do this for things like shorts, and then you're gonna go in with a small crochet hook and your elastic thread and simply slip stitch the elastic thread through any parts of the top or the shorts that you want to cinch in. And this elastic is going to take all of that material and just cinch it in so much tighter than any yarn could do. It will make your piece look very weird when it's not on the body. So like if it's hanging or laying flat, you're gonna end up with just a weird like cinched in piece of crochet. So don't freak out when you're making this and it just looks very intense, because once you put it on, it is just It's so incredible and it lasts for a long time. The elastic is obviously much stronger than anything crochet can do, and especially for shorts, it just hugs that waistband in so nicely. And you can use it for things like sleeves, you can use it for the sides of tops to cinch in the sides, the bottoms of tops. You can use it along the neckline if you want the neckline to lay flatter or tighter to your chest. Really just anything that you want to kind of tweak and tighten. Take some elastic thread and slip stitch it around that part of the crochet. Just make sure that you're weaving in the loose ends of this just like regular yarn, and weave it in good because elastic thread doesn't have a bunch of fibers on it that's going to help hold it in place. So make sure you're really weaving it in because it will come out a lot faster than yarn if it's not woven in correctly. The other thing I will do when I'm crocheting shorts or pants is I will either add a drawstring or elastic or both. So drawstring I just make out of crochet itself, and I make a long chain, and I make sure to do a thick cord chain type. You can find tutorials for it on YouTube on how to crochet a cord or a shoelace. It's a different type of stitch that will give you a denser crochet that doesn't stretch as easily, and I will just thread that right through the waistband and leave little holes in the front where I can pop it out of the front and then tie it to keep the shorts nice and snug. The other thing I will do, and again I often add this with the drawstring, is I will take a thicker piece of elastic. I don't have it with me right now, but just a generic thick piece of elastic. I will then crochet the waistband of my shorts twice as wide as I need to, and then fold over that waistband so there's a loop or a little section inside of the waistband, a lot like if you're sewing. If you know how to sew, you leave that little hole inside of the waistband to thread the elastic. And then I will take my elastic and just thread it through that entire bit and then sew it in place. And I sew it using a regular bit of thread and a sewing needle, and I sew it good. I'll sew it together and then also sew it onto the crochet as well. And this will also help just to cinch in the shorts. It won't cinch in the rest of the shorts, like the leg portion, the butt portion. So if you want to fix anything there, you want to use elastic thread. But in terms of just getting that waistband to fit nicely, which is such a hassle to get crochet shorts to fit, the elastic in the waistband plus/or a drawstring is the way to go. It's really just about taking your design and figuring out where and how you're going to add those little bits of pieces to the clothing that's going to cinch them in or get whatever fit you're looking for. And again, making sure it's going to actually match with your aesthetic. So a lace up for a nice flowy day, elastic stitch for a nice everyday look, elastic thread if you don't want to change the look at all but you still want that nice fit, and at the end of the day just learning your stitches so that you know when to use a flowy stitch, when to use a tighter stitch. All of that, once you get that down pat, will help you so much. At least it helped me. My sort of life goal for crochet is to make clothing that is full coverage and that I actually want hanging in my closet that I will reach for and wear just as often as I wear regular clothes. So the way I do that is by figuring out different ways to make my crochet clothing actually fit in a way that I'm going to want to wear it. So these are the hacks that I have built together so far to be able to do that, and I'm really excited to learn even more and share even more ideas with you. But so far, I hope that these few ideas were helpful, and if you have any ideas or things that you do to make your crochet fit better, please put those in the comments so that we can all learn from each other. And if there are any types of crochet that you would like advice or tips or tutorials on, let me know as well. I'm a full-time crochet artist and designer, so although I am still learning a lot, I do have a lot of experience in crochet, and if you would like any assistance, put that in the comments down below so I can make some videos that will actually help and benefit you on your creative journey. Otherwise, all the tutorials that I've shown in this video will be linked in the description down below, and if you like to crochet, if you like free tutorials and advice, then please consider subscribing. Your subscriptions, your comments is the support I need to continue going, so thank you so much for that, and I hope you have a blessed couple of days until I see you again soon with another crochet related video. Goodbye.